Alright, so we've got this finished now. I'm going to talk about this real quick. Now with plastic fittings, especially these brittle fittings here, and by brittle I mean if you put thread tape in there, you run the chance of cracking these fittings, okay? We finally got this last piece of it today. Alright, so how this all works is this bottom filter is changeable, so I need to make it so it can change. I can just unscrew this and change it. Now on these fittings here, this one here only lets through at a maximum 5 litres a minute. So all the pressure from the mains, if you plug it into a tap, either at a caravan park or like a lot of us do when we empty our toilets, there's usually a tap there for drinking water. All the pressure is going to be on this side. So bear in mind you can't really use Teflon tape in here, okay? Because you're adding too much to the thread and you could actually end up splitting the housing here, cracking the housing. So I've just used, it's a glue, it's a lock seal. Okay, it's water safe. There, you know stuff's drinking water safe if it's got this. Okay, and I've used that in the thread here, and also here, and here, and here, and also here. Another plastic fitting onto a brass thread. This is plastic on the plastic. I've also used this. But this is all low pressure. There's no back pressure on any of this, okay? Or very little back pressure. So you don't have to go overboard with this stuff. You just put enough to let it seal, and then you just let it set. Hopefully it'll set. It feels like it's set. This I've just done. And the beauty of these swivel fittings is you just swivel them down out of the way when you're not using them. So they don't take up any extra room. And where this is mounted, where this unit's mounted in the back of the camper trailer, I've got enough room to undo this. Love, can you come here for a minute? And this is what you're going to have to do when you put these in, unless you want to pull these out and do it. Can you hold the camera for a minute? Just here like this. So what you've got to do is every now and then when this gets really filthy, you're just going to have to undo this end cap here. Okay, there's a little pre-filter up in there. Alright. And change this every 4,000 litres or so. And you need to hold this one still because you don't want it twisting around. There we go. And then you just crack it up till it's firm. You don't want to over tighten it. It's tightening down on a rubber seal, so it's fine. And also, look, thanks Ziggy. The plastic clamps, okay, are adequate. I don't need any more support on these ones. They go more than halfway around and they hold this in. I mean, really tight. Really tight. However, on this one here, you can get these little plastic screw-in retainers and they're designed for cable ties. So I've just screwed a retainer in down the bottom there and just put a cable tie around there, because these clips on here don't only just go sort of halfway and they don't hold it in well at all, okay? One good bump on a track and this would just come out of there and you'd end up breaking your UV light and everything in it. I've never broken the UV light because I've always used retainers on that, even in the old one. Alright, I've just got to go and wire it, fit it and test it. I'll bring this back for that. Right, it's later in the afternoon, birds flying in. It'll take off again. It's in and out all day. One day it'll be gone for good. Alright, now look how little room this thirsty Nomad water filter system takes up. Alright. And that's a pump there that's going to be used for either pumping out of a bucket that we fill from a creek or a pond or a well, and that'll pump through that system as well. On the input side you can see the flow there. I got a big black arrow on it. It's got a strainer that actually comes with a pump, and that'll just go down the back there and drop into a bucket, and yeah, we can slowly fill the system up from external water sources, for outer towns with bore water, which is practically every single town in Western Australia. We just put their pressure hose under there. That filter system will chop it down a lot and put it in at about 5 litres a minute. Like I said, that's a 6 litre a minute UV light. That's already wired in. I've got to do the wiring for the pump. But my other filter system was huge, took up a lot of room. I still had to drag a pump around, and yeah, it didn't clean as much. Basically what we're looking at there is an 8-stage water filter. So we're just getting ready. We're going to vacuum this mess up real quick because we're about to get some water everywhere, and then we're going to flush the filters out, and yeah, make sure they're nice and clean, and they should be ready for the next time we go camping. But this is the flush out hose here that goes at the top. I like these swivel ends. Absolutely awesome. Awesome. Alright, so we're going to get on with this. Basically that's it, people. That's how I've installed the thirsty Nomad water filter system with a 6 litre a minute 12 volt UV light. Depending on the ballast you get, this light can be either 240 volt, 230 volt, or 120 volt or 12 volt. All depends on what ballast you get with us. And of course, again, that does have the watermark on it, that UV light, so it is approved. The same as the fittings and the hoses and everything else I'm using. Alright everyone, keep well. Well, you will keep well if you drink safe water, and we'll catch you in another video. Bye for now.